If you felt yourself some warm, fuzzy, positive feelings after watching the white Christian nationalist event yesterday disguised as Charlie Kirk's memorial service, this one is not for you. And to the MAGA person who right now is in the comments getting ready to type out, "You're just jealous," I don't think you thought that one through.
This is Eric and Kirk.
Cue the fireworks. She good to go with the tissue? All right, just keep it away from the sparks. Where's the tissue guy? Hey, she held that a little longer than we discussed. Here's where she needs to look up to the heavens. Nailed it. Did you tell her to do that thing, like where she mouths her prayer, so everybody can see it? Remind me to tell Wardrobe that they nailed it with the white. It's very angelic. All right, she's kind of milking the applause thing. Tell her to get going. Is she on like beauty pageant autopilot? It's. We really need this many cameras? All right, who skimped on the fireworks? I told you to get those longer lasting ones. Not everybody used the bulletproof glass, but of course she did. I completely understand why she would want to. See, that thing I did there, that's called empathy. Something that Charlie Kirk claimed was useless. What he said was, "I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up word, a new age term. It does a lot of damage." They're keeping the music loud to encourage the crowd to keep going. She does this thing where she's like crying, but kind of that childlike thing. I swear to God, I saw this coming, that she was going to raise her head on the upswing of the song. I told you, this thing has been a production from day one or day two. I didn't talk about that, did I? But enough is enough. Isn't it strange that we haven't seen his parents or his sister? No, because this is the Erica fucking Kirk show. And now she looks up and tells Charlie that she loves him.
This is a theater where you're making it up as you go, and as you see how the audience reacts, you change the story, and you evolve the story, and you create the story. This is a theater production. But the important thing to understand about that theater is that in this case, I'm seeing something I've never seen before. And that is when they do this kind of theater, and when I say they, I mean the intelligence agencies. When they engineer a theater like this, they always, they like to mock the crowd. I have never seen the mockery this extreme. This is different. This is new. It's a joke. It's a joke that you would say, we have a manifesto, but it disappeared, but we know it existed, and we think we might be able to get it. It's like, what are you talking? I mean, no experienced enforcement person would say that, could possibly say that with a straight face. I mean, it's a mockery, but then, it turns out he's got a roommate, the roommate is trans, they were lovers, but he told his lover, before this, and he did it on this, and and so they keep adding pieces to the story of who the alleged assassin is that make it more and more ridiculous and more ridiculous. And every time, and it's a way of mocking at the audience that they can get them to buy this.
I already know you. I'm not gonna beg you to listen to me. You ain't got to worry about me wasting no more time on you.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You must listen. What I'm about to tell you will change the course of history.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm not draining myself. And that's what y'all ass don't get, cause
you're in the Matrix and you need to get out.
Why would Charlie Kirk's wife do this?
I love you.
With the Grand Mason, Grand Master Masonic ring on.
I love you.
I've heard it's a mannequin as well. What on earth is going on in the world nowadays? I can't trust a single thing.
Welcome to the Matrix Study Hall. I am Miss Oracle. Thanks for liking and subscribing. So, all of this that's going on with the allegedly late Charlie Kirk, it's a lot of suspicious things, and my tinfoil hat is just like sitting over there, and I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and put this on because it's so much symbolism. There's so much covert things that really aren't that very covert that's happening right now. And even when it comes to the position of Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, like all these people are pawns within a massive game, and the masses are just unaware. All of the symbolism alludes to the occult, and to the untrained eye, people aren't really picking up on this, but they've become very lackadaisical when it comes to being very discreet with the symbolism. Now it's just out there. It's almost as if these demonic entities are emboldened. They're not trying to hide it at all. They're showing their allegiance, and for what reason, I'm not sure, because with the whole thing with Charlie Kirk, to me, allegedly, he comes off as some form of a sacrifice because he represented all that, these hidden entities really stand for. Like, he was just very much conservative in all the worst ways. And with the wife putting out the devil horns, it really shows that they're fully committed to whatever deviant things they're doing right now.
Was Charlie Kirk unalived by his lavalier microphone? Well, I'm about to show you the evidence proving that it does. Everyone knows that that wound is an exit wound, and if you follow the trajectory, it looks like it's perfect. Look at this one also. Vector analysis of the footage shows that all of the motion starts with this device. It is the first object to move. You can also see a puff of smoke come out of the device. Now this man here was seen pulling his finger right as the bang goes off. And then in the commotion, he jumps the table near Charlie Kirk, grabs something out of his sleeve and palms it off to someone else. That person then runs away. Now tell me this, if Israel manages to plant explosives in hundreds of pages that went to terrorist organizations, then what stops them from putting a little gun inside a major political figure that they no longer have use for microphone? Seems pretty plausible to me.
One of the most interesting things about Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, becoming the new CEO of Turning Point America is for the simple fact that she has infiltrated herself into a group of incels who do not believe that women should have any place, any role outside of the household and should not be in leadership positions. So her now becoming the CEO seems counterintuitive to the movement. He has been quoted in many publications saying that women should focus or prioritize motherhood over career, and that he deeply believes in the biblical model of romantic relationships, which is that one person within the relationship leads, i.e. the husband, and the woman serves as a supportive role only within the house and not in public or in professional settings. So the fact that his wife is now leading the nonprofit that brings in millions of dollars every single year to perpetuate the same ideology seems very fishy to me.
She just made a valid point. The very position of his wife, being, I guess, the person that is going to be leading his whatever organization, the Turning Point USA, is just like all this stuff is a play into political theater, because he was really against the woman actually being at the forefront, and now she's propelled there. So it's just like, what type of games are you all playing? And it is becoming more and more clear that those that represent the fallen angels, those that represent the occult, they're really not doing so well for them to have to pull all these shenanigans. And even as I pull this thumbnail together, and I have a picture of Anton LaVey, who was a Satanist, even allegedly, it is stated that before he passed away, he was even calling out to God. These people are going to be calling out.
Look, a lot of people have gone through loss. I am 60 years old. I've seen a lot of loss, unexpected loss. People who passed away unexpectedly, okay? Tragically. When I saw Charlie Kirk's wife speaking, there is something off about her. You could call me a hater. You could call me non-religious. You could call the Lord on me. You could say this is a terrible time to say this. How could you? My mother died last year, okay, last August, unexpectedly, okay? You know what I would never, you could be saying, well, she's posting things for the people that followed him and this and that also, about the stuff she posted on Instagram. That was all going to be filmed and pictures were going to be taken, okay? And there's a Turning Point site. She could have put it on there. That's another thing that was very odd to me. The hand, I love you. I'm sorry. What was she, Miss Arizona? Something is off with her. Something is amiss. Something is not quite right. I don't like to judge people in the midst of their grief. As we all know, people do grieve differently. But all I know is if that happened to me, listen, I'm 60 years old. I grew up in Brooklyn. I consider myself pretty tough. You think 2 days later I'm going to be honest giving speeches? No way. If I was that devastated, I won't give no speech right now. I don't even know my name. I'll be curled up in a bed. Think I'm going to go and start giving a speech? If I'm that devastated? All of a sudden, isn't she strong? Yeah, isn't she a little strange? That's what I say. Sorry.